Kolkata, the capital city of West Bengal, wasn't always as developed and flourishing as it is today. It was a cluster of three small villages by the Hooghly River. Sultanuti, known for its weavers, Govindapur, an inland settlement, and Kalikata, the smallest but the one that gave city its name. Let us today take a journey back to the late 17th century to understand the foundation of the city known as Kolkata. Before the 1690s, the region was under Mughal Empire and the villages were part of the zamindari holdings of the Sabarna Roy Chaudhary family, powerful Hindu landlords. Though the Mughal authorities tightly controlled trade, the British East India Company eyed the region for its immense commercial potential. After years of lobbying, it was in February 1698 that the British formally leased the three villages from the Sabarna family with Mughal sanction. In return, they paid Rs 1200 annually to the empire and an additional amount to the zamindars. This agreement granted the British rights to collect rent, build fortifications and settle permanently. Soon after, the British set up a fortified trading post and Calcutta rapidly grew into a major export hub for muslin, silk, saltpeter and opium. Thanks to its locations by the Hooghly River, it became one of the most profitable ports in Asia, attracting merchants, artisans and laborers from Marwaris to Parsis to Armenians. To protect their growing interest from local and European threats, the British built the first Fort William 1696 to 1706. Later, the area was segmented by ethnicity and functioned the White Town for Europeans and Black Town for Indians. However, the real turning point came in 1772 when Warren Hastings, the first Governor-General of India, declared Calcutta the capital of British India, a status it retained until 1911. From just three villages, Calcutta evolved into colonial capital shaped by trade, treaties, resistance and empire, a symbol of how commerce and conquest reshaped India's destiny.